What's up, everybody? It is Thursday night, which means it is the night of Regularly Scheduled Hostilities. That's right, guys. It is Thursday night, which means it is the night of Regularly Scheduled Hostilities with your host, Chuck Winchester, with your host, Yvonne DeBoard, and with your current reigning, defending, soon-to-be losing RSA champion, Josh DeBoard. What's going on, guys?
What's up? Not much. What do you mean losing? I've had this belt for so long. I don't know how I'll react if I don't have it.
I mean, yeah, you've had it.
I'll be a referee in the middle sitting here. What
does Ryback say? WWE uses them titles as props.
Don't use Ryback as defense for anything. Ryback got destroyed by Mark Henry over the last week.
He's got a point with that.
And I like how Mark Henry's like, you have a problem, I'll kick your ass.
He just needs fed. That's all that's wrong with Ryback.
Put him on a leash and feed him.
The dude just needs
Don't
fed.
let it
treat him like
feed me more.
More.
It went over your head too. Anyway.
I just don't want to say it. Ryback's not.
But yeah, guys, it is Regularly Scheduled Hostilities evening, and it is still the new year. So happy new year from Manscaped.com. And Manscaped is the best in men's below-the-waist grooming, offering precision engineered tools for all of your family jewels. And they are here to help you have clean balls in the new year. We're in the new year with the right tools for the job. Are you guys still shaving with your Manscaped products?
Not my face, I'm not allowed, but I'm good right now.
You're not allowed.
I was told that I need to keep my beard, so I'm keeping my beard for right now.
Is that why you're letting it grow a little bit? You got the females showing you?
I always get on to him to shave.
Well, you're growing out your beard too, so I want to hear your shit.
I'm not. No.
All right. Well, I don't know about you guys, but I do have but I do have a new 2021 grooming routine with the Manscaped Lawnmower 3.0 flashlight included. And I tell you, I am married, and the female loves the difference. So I'm just telling you. And, you can...
I sense the marital nonsense episodes are a lot more, easygoing nowadays.
Yeah, we can.
So we can credit that to Manscaped.
Yeah, you can breathe down there. It feels nice. And I've been married. You can
breathe down there?
Yeah, man, it's nice. I've been wearing the Manscaped.
He loves this invention.
Not the underwear?
The boxers, those are fucking nice, too.
Geez.
So I'm telling you guys, you go to the bathroom, you shave with your Manscaped Lawnmower 3.0, you put the boxers on, and Jesus, it is nice in the downstairs after that time. I'm just telling you. It was cool because we're all quarantined right now, but don't worry, with the 3.0, with the waterproof and skin safe trimmer, you can get your two best friends trimmed, reduce the nicks in the process. And it's nice to come out of quarantine looking fresh, looking clean. What does Little John say? So fresh, so clean.
Little John, that's Outcast.
Outcast.
Same thing.
Little John sings how low.
Little John says, how low can you go?
Yeah. Anyway.
Yes. How the fuck do you confuse Outcast with Little John?
It's all the same. But anyway, at the end of the day, you go to manscaped.com right now. You use promo code RSH2020, and you will get 20% off plus free shipping on all of your purchases. So again, right now, go to manscaped.com, promo code RSH2020, 20% off, free shipping. Go there right now. Your balls will thank you.
I want to apologize to Outcast on behalf of them.
Dude, I'm sorry. Outcast fucking sucks. They should be grateful.
Outcast.
Hey! The only good thing Outcast did was the movie Four Brothers. But anyway, I digress.
I didn't know they had a movie.
Outcast, I need you guys to go to thebuzz.com and just block the website.
Actually, Andre 3000 does have a good song with Eminem called Business on the Eminem Show. So he has one good song with Eminem, and he's in one good movie. That's all I'm saying.
Don't be a hater.
I'm not a hater. I'm just telling you.
They're okay. I mean, me and Josh grew up to Outcast.
I did too. We all did.
So fresh, so clean, Miss Jackson. Let's act like Outcast. B.O.B.
I don't think you're right. So fresh, so clean. Man, that girl is
Miss
fine.
Jackson, I love that song.
No, I think you're wrong. I don't think it is. The song that I'm thinking of anyway is not that. I'm thinking of a Little John song. Yeah, it was Little John and the East Side Boys. It's that song, Get Low. So fresh, so clean. It is. I'm thinking of Get Low. I'm right. You're wrong. Suck it. It is Get Low is the song I'm thinking of from Little John and the East Side Boys. Just telling you.
Oh.
We can't play it because of the copyright issues. But So we
Anyway.
got Joe Sear the third watching from the Working Fans podcast. Thanks a lot for watching, brother.
What's up,
Happy to
Joe?
have you on the show. Can't wait to watch the Royal Rumble in a week and a half. So
Look, people's laughing at
They
you
are
because you don't
laughing.
know fucking Little Outcast and Little John and East Side Boys.
I'm right though.
What's up,
The song
Gary?
that I was
I
thinking
don't
of-
know if the song
Gary.
"Get Low" has the word "so fresh" or
Yes,
"so clean"
so
in it
fresh,
at all.
so clean. And mine, that girl is fine. That's how it goes. I'm telling you, I know.
That
I know
part
it.
is correct. Okay, we'll save that for another time.
Just telling you. I know my fucking 2003 shit.
It's very odd how you remember the years. of
Yeah.
things.
Hey man,
But anyway.
I was in high school. You know how we be. Wake up at 7 a.m. going to school. Fucking get low.
All right. Anyway, wrestling. That's why we're here.
That is why we are.
Well, we
here.
have 7 people before we go down to 2. I mean, we don't have MTV guests on here, so we can't.
No,
We're not going to keep people longer than 10 minutes. So, WrestleMania.
Not too
We
far
got
away.
news. We got big news this week. 37 will have fans. They're talking 25,000.
At this coming WrestleMania.
This 37.
Wow.
Stephanie McMahon was on a podcast the other day, and she said that is the expectation for this year's WrestleMania.
I dig that.
So this
Awesome.
year, where's our banner? WrestleMania will be 2 nights again, which I'm very happy for.
I dig that.
love how it's
Mhm.
broke down. I
I
hope
do
that
too.
stays that way going forward. WrestleMania 38 will be in Dallas. 37 will be in Florida. That's this year's. And then Hollywood will go to WrestleMania 39. So that
Yeah.
inevitable Rock Roman thing probably gets pushed back
Another fucking
2 years.
And I don't. I mean, that's fine. I don't give a shit the venues and stuff. But I just don't want Roman Reigns saying, "Oh, I'm the head of the table for 2 fucking years."
True.
I can't handle that.
I mean, to be fair,
That's
he's
true.
still going to be the head of the table in 2 years.
I mean, hopefully I'm sure it will have evolved by then.
Right.
But like, and that's what I think is kind of sad because I want to see this Roman Reigns against The Rock, not an evolved version
Right.
of Roman Reigns. But that's a different discussion.
We get he's the head of the
Yeah.
table, but he kind of drags it on a little bit. We understand.
Yeah, his promos are fucking snooze fest. But anyway, that's a different topic. Yeah, it is pretty cool, I think. I mean, I really like that. And hopefully, like we said before, going forward, it is going to be 2 nights. Every WrestleMania will just be 2 nights. That'll be a new thing every year. It's not going to be, will it be or will it not be? It's just going to be a thing going forward. Every WrestleMania, 2 nights. And
it worked last year. It worked very well.
It did.
And you know, and like we've said before, nobody wants to sit there and watch 8 hours of wrestling. As a live person there, as if you're sitting at home on your couch, nobody wants to sit in one spot for 8 fucking hours.
No, not in one sitting. That's quite a bit. I love wrestling just as much as anybody else, but that's
It can
quite a
get
bit.
too much.
And you can break down the matches early. Like, imagine trying to fit the Boneyard and the Firefly all in one night. Like, that's a lot
It's
to digest.
redundant.
It would have made both matches significantly
Less,
weaker,
right.
in my opinion.
I agree.
That's too much.
So now you have 2 main events, and they both stick out as a separate entity. They both close
And you
the
put
show.
both titles.
Right.
Both titles ended the shows, right? It's like besides the
Oh.
Boneyard. But that was because fucking Goldberg was in it, so it didn't deserve the main event. Because
No.
night 1 was the Boneyard, and night
She
2
was
was
Firefly.
Brock
Oh,
and Drew.
I got you. Makes sense.
Firefly was right before then. Then I think they put something else there in the middle, and then because they did a good job because the shock value of what the fuck did we just see in the Firefly was kind of cool.
I got you.
But 2 nights, I dig it. I'm with you. Hollywood's kind of disappointing because that's what they were waiting for. So I think that eliminates the Rock, any potential that we have of the Rock this
For
year.
the next 2 years.
Yeah, at least.
That stinks.
Dallas, that keeps it open for this KO Stone Cold thing that they've been kicking
Yeah,
around.
yeah.
Because Dallas is where
Yeah.
Stone Cold's from.
He lives in I think he lives.
He's in Texas,
he's
so
in
it's all in the
Texas.
same
Yeah.
thing.
I think he lives in Austin or something. Or that's not right. San Antonio. He lives by San Antonio.
Austin, Stone Cold, Steve Austin from Austin, Texas.
He lives by San Antonio, but like, I don't think Stone Cold's coming back. He
I don't
has
either.
said,
And he's
I
doing
don't
so well with that new show he
yeah,
has,
like,
too.
why would he?
I mean, he had Charlotte on for one episode, and it's still going, so that's impressive.
Josh,
Normally, that
we
just
know you tuned into that.
plummets
That
the
is
show.
a good show.
I mean, that's why Ric Flair's he hit a good Lacey Evans to get away from how crazy his daughter was.
That's fair. The thing with Stone Cold, he doesn't need to have a match though. He could just go out there and do a segment with Kevin Owens,
Yeah.
take a stunner from KO.
Yeah,
That's all you need.
Yep.
So
Sure.
puts him over. What do you think about WrestleMania being 2 nights?
I like it.
Are you
Enjoy
excited
it.
about WrestleMania 38 when it's going to be 8 hours again?
I like it better 2 nights. I love wrestling just like you guys do, but sometimes it can get too
It's
much.
going to be much better divided out.
Yeah.
It's not like one night. Like you can just mix it. Like the Universal title, it's Roman's your guy. Then have him main event the second night. Then you can have Drew main event the 1st
Mhm.
night. Then you can have so if you have the Raw men's title, then put the SmackDown women's on that night. Then the Raw women's. Like you can mix it up to where you're getting both shows.
Both
and
champions on 2 different shows.
and you can integrate it
and
very well.
all that.
absolutely.
Keeps it separate.
But that's the news for WrestleMania. 25,000 is the expectation for right now. That is what Florida's maximum's allowing. That's what they're getting into football games. So WWE's going to push it as far as they
Why
can.
not?
Florida's letting everybody in.
Which is funny.
That would have been a great segue to Raw, but we were going to, I would have been like, somebody else got let in on Monday, but we're not doing that. Because we're starting with SmackDown. Damn it.
Boy.
I might just repeat that line in about 20 minutes.
Real quick, I want to shout out to Gary here real quick. Yo, Gary, thanks for watching. I was watching the AJ Styles promo the other day, and they're talking about New Japan. I'm like, oh, we have a guy who knows all about New Japan.
Yeah.
Gary.
That was a very good
Me and
documentary.
him watched it.
We watched it.
Yeah.
I was pretty upset that it was only 35 minutes.
I could watch his thing. I mean, he has
Like Liv
hours.
Morgan gets an hour and a half. AJ Styles gets like 35
I know.
minutes. So that's kind of
That
odd.
was weird.
I mean, I'm sure that was just basically his setup for the Royal Rumble.
Yeah, and that was
fine.
pretty cool.
So he'll probably get a longer.
And how he was just like, dude, I hope they know who I am.
Yeah. Turns out we all.
He was like, holy
We
shit.
know who
They
he
knew
is.
who I was. That was very good.
That was
WWE's, those 24s, whatever they call them, those are really good, well done.
My
They
favorite
are.
part of that documentary was though that AJ Styles chose to not live in Cincinnati over a WWE developmental contract. As somebody who works in Cincinnati, I appreciate that.
That's fair. Anywhere in Ohio.
He's like, you know what? I can't move to Cincinnati. No, and really it's because he didn't want to move his family, which is very admirable.
Oh, yeah, and his
But-
wife wanted to be a
She
teacher.
was a teacher already. Yeah,
And
it's just
he didn't want to like move her away.
right. He's being a
But
very,
still.
very good husband. But it's just
It's
hilarious
definitely
to
funny.
put in that
Like
context.
Cincinnati.
As somebody who lives and works in Cincinnati, it's fucking hilarious.
Good stuff, dude. Very happy for some fans at Mania. I think I give wrestling a lot of credit during this whole pandemic, which a lot of people were critical last year when we were not live. We were doing RSH, just me and you, over the fucking phone on Skype. Whatever
Yvonne
we
was
were
there
doing.
sometimes.
Yeah, she was screaming like, "What are you talking about?" It's like, shut the
I'm
fuck
hopping.
up! I'm recording. But like
I'm
wrestling gave us stuff to talk about. Could you imagine how terrible it would have been without wrestling for this whole pandemic? Thinking, it'll be done in 3 months. Sure,
Yeah,
the initial 4 or 5 months, like that, you miss it more when it's gone thing. We would have had that for a little bit. Like, yeah, then it comes back like, cool, we're kind of re-energized. But like, I was really happy we had it for a while. Wrestling hasn't been super bad over the last year either.
No,
I think they've grown and learned creatively a lot of new things.
They've adapted.
And hopefully when they do get fans back, the initial shock, even though like we're obviously aware fans exist, but the initial shock of them being back is going to bump all of wrestling.
Just to see the reaction of the first live audience,
Yeah.
it's going to be. I mean, even if it is 25,000 people only in that big ass arena,
Oh yeah, dude.
they're going to be louder
First
than
off, it's WrestleMania.
They're going to be louder than a regular
Oh,
audience.
yeah.
Last year's
because of
WrestleMania
that.
was one of the most watched WrestleManias ever.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a pandemic. What else is there? First off,
Right.
then two, it's fucking WrestleMania. Everybody knows what WrestleMania is.
Yeah,
when
man.
people go to WWE, it's not because Vince McMahon's a master booker. It's because they want to go to fucking WrestleMania
And
at some point.
let's talk about the criticism that WWE got back when this shit went down.
Well, a year ago from
Well,
this date, pretty much,
and
right?
they were questioning whether or not to push back WrestleMania. If they pushed back WrestleMania, it wouldn't have happened because the COVID didn't go away.
Yeah, COVID just got,
Right.
Here we are almost a year later.
and it's just as bad as it was
And
this
it's-
point
It
last
is.
year.
There's no
It's just
difference.
getting
Yeah.
But right now, you have the fucking Super Bowl coming up, right? NBA's full swing. Major League Baseball's having fans, and they're going. The world. We talked about this last year. The world's going to keep circling, man.
Right.
But ride. Everybody's at.
The show must go on.
Listen, we're not
as a
political on
timeless.
this show, but I think this slogan for Joe Biden's very clever. I voted for Kanye, to be fair. But
Oh,
everybody out there that's all happy, you out there riding with Biden right now,
oh boy.
I'm shutting the country down. He ain't shutting down shit. So this is going to keep going. The world's just going to keep circling. So adapt and overcome. Wear your mask. Don't be a jackass.
I mean, it's just that it's the timeless saying of the show must go on. It must.
And everybody was like,
'Cause-
wait 3 months and they'll stop.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah.
And
How'd
then,
that work
and
out?
then wrestling, because we'll push it back by SummerSlam. Okay, then we would have SummerSlam and WrestleMania at the same time, which wouldn't make any sense. Well, then we can do that. So that
They pushed it back 2 weeks this year.
Mania would have been canceled if they would have done that last
That's
year.
true.
Yep.
So like I love to talk shit about Vince as much as the next guy, but at the end of the day, when it comes to the business aspect of the company, he makes the right decisions.
Yep.
Because WrestleMania happened last year. It was like you said, it was most watched,
Yep.
and it made sense.
And it was very
made
good, too.
It was good.
It was very good.
I mean,
Outside of Charlotte about ruining Rhea Ripley's career, if that doesn't happen, honestly, like I won't remember it forever. I'll remember the Firefly and probably the Boneyard. But like all the ones with fans more memorable because the fan reactions really make that show.
Sure.
It could have been match quality, the best WrestleMania we've had.
I think the Orton and Edge match is still going on, but other than that, it was really, really good.
That was a
Yeah.
very long match.
That
I
was-
like Edge's comment to it on Busted Open. He was like, yeah, people bitch for years wanting me to come back. That I come back and they're like, you're on screen too long. He's like, how the fuck does that work? He's like, I've been gone for 12 fucking years. I do a
Yeah.
30-minute match, and you guys are like, that's too much. He's like, what the fuck's happened to the wrestling fans?
Yeah.
But we've talked about
We
that.
all
ad
suck.
nauseam.
It's
Yeah. They did.
all of us. I'm guilty. We all
But who
suck.
doesn't suck?
Who does?
Who doesn't suck? Let's get to SmackDown. SmackDown did not suck again.
No.
Another very
SmackDown was
solid
very good.
Smack.
Very good.
The new flagship show is how I'm going to start referring it to because it's much better than Monday Night Raw.
It has been for a
Yes.
while.
And Adam
Yes, it
Pierce is a baller, dude.
Golden. That
Love
dude,
Adam Pierce.
He has it.
It was the most corny way to get out of this, but
Mhm.
his delivery and mannerisms
Yes.
that he uses are so
With
good.
the exception of the shitty microphone that was worse than these
Yeah,
guys.
well, hey, this week we're on point. You had this
Right.
show ready to roll.
Yeah,
They
real
are.
quick. Our show is notorious for having all kinds of issues before we go live.
We
We've been
do.
doing it for a year and a half.
We do.
0 issues today.
Hit the button.
Fucking
Good.
0.
0.
We
Good.
were sitting here bullshitting for 20 minutes and we had nothing to do. We were ready to roll.
You ready to roll?
Nelson's ready to roll. KO. He's back.
Yeah,
Signed his
yeah,
contract.
yeah.
Last man standing. Royal Rumble. Predictions is next week, so we won't really dabble into that, even though I feel like I all know where everybody, even Benison, would be leaning in this one. But
I mean, Roman Reigns is still winning.
thoughts on this? Sorry, Chuck. Thoughts on this segment? It was 3 segments of the show. A slow build up to it. It started with Roman getting Adam Pierce to sign it, and then he sent Heyman back. He said he wanted last man standing because Paul initially had it no DQ.
Consider this settled.
Yeah,
Roman
and then,
didn't like that.
Romans, which we'll get to Apollo here in a few minutes, but Roman's sitting back there with Apollo, which Apollo Crews, which he lost his last name like most people do in WWE.
Yeah.
He's sitting back there,
That
kind of
does.
mentoring Apollo, which I think is really interesting. And then it led to the main event, which was the contract signing, where Pierce looks at him and goes, "I've been waiting for you all night to do that." Pulls the whole card subject to change, which is funny because I thought about us because we've went to a few live events where a couple matches did not happen that we were expecting. It's like, oh shit, here's Dolph Ziggler. No offense to Dolph Ziggler, but like this isn't what they
Mhm.
said
Right.
on Ticketmaster.
Yeah,
But-
that, yeah.
Thoughts on this whole segment and KO getting to be his 3rd title shot?
I mean, like, listen, when I was in high school, I hurt my knee doing track. So I understand how old knee injuries can just come up and bite you in the ass, especially when you're walking up a
Oh,
ramp.
so you had sentimental feelings.
Dude, I'm telling you, this dude, Adam Pierce, is golden. Like, he's been around for a little while now. I don't know anything about his wrestling background, but on screen, he has the it factor, in my opinion. He's good at talking. He's funny. He has the mannerisms down. I really, really like Adam Pierce here lately. And, you know, Kevin Owens was kind of predictable, I think. We've seen Kevin Owens versus Roman Reigns 18 billion times now, whatever. Rest of the Royal Rumble match doesn't matter. It's exciting. I really hope Kevin Owens could win, and maybe Pierce could help Kevin Owens win. We've been saying that Owens needs a friend here,
He does.
but that's a different conversation. But yeah, I dig it. It'll be a fun match. It's a predictable match. We've seen it, but it'll still be good. And the way it played out on SmackDown was fun. 'Cause
Oh my God.
It's like the first time. Jesus.
Why?
It's like the first time that we've really seen
Oh,
Roman
boy.
Reigns get kind of like
Oh, boy.
intellectually jumped on. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
So it was good.
Sorry, so I'm on, for you guys wondering what we're laughing at, I'm on, it's like RSH. We also have people on Twitter
Can you
watching.
show that on here?
I don't know.
We can. We can do a screen share. I just don't know how to do it.
All right, I do. Hold on.
Oh boy.
It's pretty funny.
So, like, we have our people on, our fans on Twitter.
So for all of you foreign listeners, we had an election yesterday, and Biden got inaugurated as president.
Sworn in.
And
There we
sworn
go.
in,
There we go.
and Bernie Sanders has a
Screen share.
hilarious
There we
meme
go.
coming out.
Well, it's not sharing it.
There we go.
So this is what we were laughing at because somebody sent us this on Twitter. So
Look at T's face.
Bernie Sanders is on Monday Night Raw, so that'll get our ratings pop.
And his gloves. He's prepared.
Yeah,
He's to open his eyes.
But yeah, hey, that was our first screen share on
Good
RSH.
job. Nice job.
There
All
we
2
go.
of you people
That's
watching,
nice.
and one of them is Archie. You're welcome.
I guess it's respecting Biden. I guess. I don't know.
No, that's Bernie Sanders.
Oh, Bernie Sanders.
She don't even know who the fuck
Shut
the president is.
Okay, Bernie No.
No, either. It's fine.
Denise
I
appreciates
don't know
that.
what I'm
Thank you,
talking about.
Denise. We
Hey,
thought that
Denise.
was funny.
I think Denise is like one of our new favorite fans. That's like the 3rd week in a row she's been
Yeah.
here.
I'll stick with wrestling, not politics.
Denise-
Okay,
Denise
there we
is
go.
cool.
So Denise.
Good stuff.
Hey,
Yvonne.
Denise is Phoebe's roommate and friends. Just saying.
Damn, we're off the fucking. We have so much
We're
to
off
get to,
the
but we're like
charts.
talking about Outcast. But like, I
We're just so
downloaded.
excited that we had no issues. So we're
I
like-
downloaded Peacock finally.
Oh, yeah,
the
did you?
7 free days, so I now have The Office,
Right.
which they have like every episode
I
in
heard it's
season
awesome.
3. They have extended. It's like 10
Right.
minutes over,
Yeah.
and there's so much shit in there that they left out that you're gonna be like, holy shit.
I know, like a whole new show, right?
Yeah, it's like a whole new episode, and some of the stuff that was in it before isn't. It's replaced with better stuff,
Oh, yeah. That's cool.
and it's kind of Dwight's kind of a fucking freak. But anyway,
Dwight
Friends is on there.
Dwight is.
Every episode of Friends is on Peacock.
Wait, Friends is on Peacock?
Yeah.
Well, I think since it's
And Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
Wait, listen. That's his game changer. Now, listen. I figured. And
I've never watched Friends before.
Peacock is NBC.
Mm-hmm.
So it makes sense that Friends is on there. But Friends is also on HBO Go. And my problem with Friends, I love Friends. I'm obsessed. I know I'm cutting you off, but I watched it right up on the box set. And the box set had all of the extended cuts. I watched it on my DVD, so I never had the TV cuts. So then Netflix put it on there. I'm like, oh yeah, I get the DVDs to my sister, and I start watching on Netflix fucking TV cuts. So now I'm missing all of my shit for the last fucking 5 years.
Like Friends, Superstore,
and the problem with HBO Max is Friends is also the TV cut on HBO Max, but on Peacock it's not the TV cut of Friends. Game changer. How much is Peacock?
$7.
Look at Peacock.
You get 7 free days. I'm on my 7 free days. Hulu gave me 30 free days. Netflix gave me 30 to stay with them. Still canceling that shit after these free 30. And I got Peacock and I got Disney for 30 free days. So I'm balling right now. I have like 37.
You got a month of fucking awesome TV.
For free. I ain't paying for shit.
I use my sister's Disney. She uses my Netflix, so we kind of switch off.
So I use his Disney.
See, Denise fills you on Friends.
Yeah.
Peacock's is what's up, dude.
It is a good show.
I miss my extended cuts because there's so many funny things. I'm watching, just waiting for that scene. It doesn't happen. Like, that's bullshit. No, there's another line.
My best friend Emily just bought all the series of Friends. She just finished it.
So I'll double verify Friends later and let you know. So it's not like Josh is a fucking lying piece of shit. But I know it's on there because I saw that. I was scrolling through and like Brooklyn Nine-Nine, the Superstore show you and Danae watch was on there.
That's on Hulu too.
And I was like, damn, this is really good stuff. And I was like, I never really watched Friends. So it's like, this is something I could start watching. And that'd be another long-term thing.
Dude, Friends is the best show. I've been watching it nonstop since I was about 10 years old. So it's, how much, what's that math? 27
You're at 40 now, it's like 30 years.
Yeah. Like, it doesn't get old. I still sleep to it every night. I've slept to Friends every night for a very long time.
You would like Joey.
I'll tell you, the worst week of sleep I ever had was the last 2 weeks where I didn't have The Office on. I didn't have Peacock, but now I'm sleeping like a baby. So
hell yeah, it's like back, like the hole has been filled.
The comfort filling,
yeah. I get it.
Figuratively.
Oh,
and literally. All right, so let's segue over to the filling of a spot on apparently a new stable. Looks like they're coming. So you know the Usos. You got Jay. Roman's hanging out with Apollo backstage. Apollo was more serious on talking smack a couple weeks ago with Paul Heyman.
Right.
Yvonne, Apollo's fit. What do you think? Apollo lacks personality, which has been his thing. Athletically, he's great in the ring. How do you think he's going to fit with Roman? Or do you think he fits with Roman?
I think he fits with him. I mean, we've seen Apollo Crews doing the same old, baby face. With Paul Heyman, him being on Talking Smack, Paul Heyman really knows how to get people going, fired up. And with him joining Roman, Roman can help him like he did with Jay. Make him like a star. We already know how good Apollo is. But make him a heel. Paul Heyman can talk for him, not because Apollo can't really do promos.
Yeah.
I think Paul Heyman can do that for him and make him better. I can see where this is going with Apollo. I think it's a good fit for him, a good change that he needs. And he can be not like Roman, but I'm very interested to see where this goes. And, Paul Heyman, he knows potential and talent, so I'm excited to see where this goes.
I mean, to be fair, Paul Heyman also did manage Curtis Axel and another guy.
That's
Cesaro.
That's true.
Cesaro makes sense, but I like Curtis Axel. That's just me being a dick.
I like it. And if this leads to Apollo possibly getting his hands on the IC title, and you put that belt in that stable with Roman, where Roman's making everything relevant,
yes,
that elevates that title instantly. And that elevates Apollo just by Roman's so hot and big right now. Anything that's associated with him is going to get over easy. And this is career changing for Apollo. This is how big this is. Pairing him with the biggest star in the company.
Potentially, yeah. I mean, they should do, if they're going to do it that way, they need to do the stable, like I keep saying this a lot too, but like evolution of all of the belts. If Roman Reigns is going to be a stable, they should have all of the belts too, so that Usos should be tag team champions.
Yeah, bloodline.
Absolutely.
Well, what's his fuck? Apollo should have the IC title.
Yep.
And then Roman has
and they should be getting chased.
And then with Kevin Owens kind of sometimes teaming up with other guys.
Oh yeah, he could team up with fucking Sami Zayn.
Just
as you call him, private party. So you guys are tuned in probably to listen to our Wrestlemania. We booked our own Mania this year. So he puts on his pics, private party. And I was like, I'm guessing he means the fucking Street Profits.
I did.
But I'm not, but
They're similar.
And that wasn't an on purpose thing. I didn't do it on purpose to be funny. I literally just put. That's what I was
I
saying.
know you guys don't watch AW. Private Party comes out with a boom box and they start screaming and singing.
It's just how my brain works, dude. I don't
It's
know.
all right. Street Profits do that. They could do that with the boom
Yeah,
box.
that's good.
But they're loud enough. They don't need one.
we break down those two segments, those two parts of SmackDown, which were both great. The best thing was probably the 30 minutes that Cesaro and Daniel Bryan got.
That match kicked ass.
So match of the year, there it is, right there. All the elite fans suck it because there's none of your kicks and flips and shit that's been better than this so far this year. Do you feel like so Daniel Bryan's kind of putting himself out there and he's on this big losing streak, which I think is going to lead to him winning the Rumble because he's losing. Then he's like, yes, I overcame it. But Cesaro's had a nice week. Shinsuke beat Jey Uso this week.
Yeah.
Do you think it's time? Do you think SmackDown's becoming the land of opportunity again, where you might see these guys get sort of a mini?
First of all, I want to say real quick. Remember last Thursday when we were like, they should change the music back on Shinsuke,
And they did.
and then they did.
Yeah.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
And the music,
We
I
did
forgot
that.
how cool the
You're
music
welcome.
was too. I miss fans so much with that though. The singing along, like we didn't even like Shinsuke honestly when he was babyface, but like we sung along with
His
the music.
entrance is very
You're welcome, WWE. We will take our royalties.
I do think it is time they've hinted at Shinsuke. I think Shinsuke probably post WrestleMania is going to get a pretty big push. I think right now we're kind of idle, and I think they probably already have what they want to happen in place. And obviously things could always change.
I can't wait to see after the Rumble.
But,
I have no idea still.
And when it comes to the Martin, I'm with you. I have no idea who's going to win.
Me either.
I honestly don't think it's going to be somebody newer. I think it's going to be an older
Established person.
Right.
That's because the way you have to set things up this year, it just makes, I don't know. I could be fucking wrong. I have no idea.
I don't either.
That's what's so fun about this year's Rumble. I have no idea.
We don't know.
I really don't. It's obviously not going to be Big E because he's already a champion.
Yeah.
Never know.
Anything
If
can happen.
Apollo's joining that shit and Reigns cost him the belt, you know what I mean?
If
And
it
then,
happens that night, then maybe, but
like let's say Big E fights Apollo at the Rumble and Roman comes out and early and cost him. And then
Roman can put himself in the
fucking
Rumble.
Big E wins the Rumble
to go
and goes after
That's
Roman.
what we said about
And you could,
Drew.
and then Apollo gets that belt. The belt's elevated by association with Roman, and then Big E finally gets that push that we've been clamoring for years.
And that would storyline wise give somebody on Kevin Owens' side against the Bloodline.
Yeah.
And they have Shield New Day rivalry kind of from back in the day too. They fought a little bit, not a lot.
Mm-hmm.
It's not like a long storied one, but they've intertwined before.
Sure.
So
yeah, I mean they had to. They both been around for fucking ever.
So Yvonne, do you think Cesaro and Nakamura are going to get finally TV time? At least TV time at this point.
Yes, finally, they both deserve it. And I hope they're both in the Rumble, which I'm sure they are. But
I'm sure they will be.
I'm pissed that Ricochet's not.
I know that is.
Especially as good as his match with AJ Styles.
Yes.
I know, like
that Styles clash was nasty,
dude. That was so amazing. That was the epitome of the word phenomenal. Like, and that's Jesus.
That Styles clash.
Styles, he can't help everything he does is phenomenal.
That Styles clash was really good.
It was amazing.
Mm-hmm.
And the Osmus guy is a really nice touch for AJ to have. It kind of makes AJ a little more entertaining than him just coming out by himself.
He needs people.
I can't wait till AJ gets thrown out of the Rumble and he just keeps catching him and throwing him back
at least twice.
Yeah.
Me and Josh watched Raw Talk after wrestling.
Yeah, and
R-Truth kept pronouncing
butchering
his name wrong.
And he stepped to him and Truth's going to shit himself. Dude's a big guy.
He's a big guy.
AJ's like, don't pronounce his name wrong. It's Omos. He's like, okay. He's like, you just said it wrong again. He's like, do you want to get knocked out of that chair?
So let's get to the two things on Raw I want to get to because I want to focus on our WrestleMania cards because that's why all four of these people are here.
That's why we're here. That's why we're here right now.
Drew McIntyre. Obviously, we know last week has COVID-19. Is expected to actually participate in this India
asymptomatic
recorded thing that they're doing Friday for the India fans or whatever.
Cool.
But whatever. So he's expected to be cleared by Friday. So that obviously means he'll be cleared by Monday
that's good.
for a face-to-face with Goldberg.
That's fun.
And that match was officially accepted last week, and it's going on.
Look at my energy level for that.
But
I can't wait to watch.
We got teased this week.
Because of that G word.
We got teased this week. Goldberg being on Ms. TV. That's what it's called.
That Gilbert, that was so
Thoughts on Gilbert, dude? I was more excited that Gilbert was there.
So did I.
I will never understand that character. Like, it wasn't funny in the 90s. It wasn't funny in 2002. It's not funny.
Miz and Morrison, they are so hilarious.
That was a funny segment.
Yes.
I don't think it was.
You remember like 2 months ago when Adam Pearce accidentally called Drew McIntyre Drew McInfart? Like
No,
on the mic.
no.
He did. He's like, tonight, Drew McIntyre goes one-on-one with Randy Orton. And he like got shit on Twitter because everybody sees
Wow.
it. So people like Shotzi Blackheart on NXT like retweeted the guy that was Drew McIntyre. And they were like, oh, Adam, is this Drew McIntyre?
I pronounce people's names.
I thought it was
Don't
pretty funny, but I
judge
fucking
us
hate
human
Goldberg.
beings. We all make mistakes.
Gilbert?
I'm about to blow your mind here.
Gilbert's got some character though.
I'm about to blow your mind. Have you seen the Santa Claus
Yeah.
with Tim Allen?
Mhm.
Remember Bernard?
Mhm.
The guy who was playing Drew McIntyre? Same guy.
Oh, wow.
That's weird.
Blew your fucking mind.
I'll take Gilbert over Goldberg any day.
That I agree with.
Oh,
But
it's Bakley. So Bakley just said.
I already said that, Daniel. Get out of here. Go back to fucking soccer, football, warm hockey, where the fuck it is, and get out. I already said
He
it.
beat you
Too
too.
slow. Too slow, Daniel Bakley. But anyway. But yeah, I honestly I never understood the Gilbert thing. I remember when I was a little kid, I got a toy set of Goldberg and Gilbert together.
That's terrible.
I'm not a big fan of the mockery segments. Even back when like DX mocked the Nation of Domination, I think that was funny. Back when DX mocked the corporation of the McMahons,
Yeah.
I don't think those segments are funny. And this was no different for me. It was kind of stupid. It was funny, stupid like, I guess. But I don't understand.
The Goldberg one was hilarious. The
Gilbert, yeah.
The Drew one, that guy was so weird. Every time
Bernard?
he was losing. He felt like he was losing his pants because he kept acting
It
weird.
probably was.
He did.
And Morrison's like, "Hey, your pants are falling," and he's like, "Quit moving!" Like
It was one of those segments that
that's hilarious. We didn't know what was gonna happen, and
I was mildly entertained.
yeah.
I mean, if Goldberg would have, honestly, I hate to say this, but if Goldberg would have come out and took out the two actors, Gilbert and Bernard, I would have thought that was cool. But
You're never going to hear me say anything that
I know.
And Miz
Goldberg says
blames.
is cool.
He's like, "You're the one that booked these people." He's like, "I
Yeah.
told
Now
you."
Bakley's
New
fancy.
Jersey. Oh yeah, he made fun of New Jersey. Speaking of Bakley, that actor came from New Jersey.
Jersey, yep.
You can't find good actors in New Jersey. You need New York, or you need L.A., or you need Cleveland.
Yes, Cleveland.
Miz,
Great actor.
That's what
Miz,
Miz
Miz
said.
made that perfectly clear.
He
on this.
did.
He
All
did.
right, let's get to my favorite part of Monday Night Raw every week, no matter what she's doing. And that's Alexa.
Oh boy.
Dude, I will say
Blip.
they showed that close of her makeup, looking at her lips, like right before she did
That
the
is
fucking
that is
Sister Abigail.
disgusting.
I mean,
Yeah.
I might buy black lips.
Josh,
I'm not sure.
you are disgusting.
But so apparently what they're teasing here is like the Fiend's got kind of control of her, whatever. I did like the fact that, with no fans, they have the ability to do this whole, she's in her dark attire, then she's in her happy Firefly thing.
Yeah, I like it.
I love the Bernie Sanders meme of him on the swing next to her.
I haven't seen that
I
one.
posted that in the group.
Oh,
See,
did
nobody in our Slack group. You guys suck. Nobody pays attention to shit.
Nobody.
Unless it's fucking MTV. But anyway, it's a funny ass gif.
Speaking
I'll
of
post it
MTV,
on Facebook.
it is.
Anyway, you said before we went on, you weren't a real big fan of it.
No, again, I do like, obviously, I love Elizabeth Bliss.
You both
I love her.
Love.
We know.
Apparently,
I
my
still
love's
don't-
deeper, but that's,
It's,
Oh
well,
my God.
it's just, again, at
and
this
she beat
point,
Asuka clean.
She did.
which I'm not really that big a fan of either. Only because
Wow.
You don't want her to win the title.
I do want her to win the title, but at the same time, she's still Alexa Bliss. I like the going back and forth here, and I like the fact it looks like to me. You said that the Fiend has control over her. I think it's different. I feel like she's getting some of the same powers that the Fiend has, and she's evolving into what the Fiend is, just a female version.
Yeah.
So like, and that's,
What's wrong with that?
that's not bad, but I think it's cool. I like it a lot. I like that part of it, and the fact that she evolved and like she kind of showed me there's Bray Wyatt and then there's the Fiend. She kind of showed Alexa Bliss, and then whatever.
I didn't even think of it.
That
I didn't even
evolution
think
is.
about it that way.
Yeah, because she turned into a new
The
character.
Firefly,
She
she has both sides.
She's all happy, and now
So-
she's like all deal.
So whatever she calls that character, that was the first time we saw it. I like that. So I'm not sure why I'm bitching, but I guess the fact that it was Asuka, it shouldn't have been Asuka.
Yeah.
It should have been like a Lacey or a fucking, I hate to say it.
Dude, maybe they're
But,
sick of.
They are.
Listen, I like Asuka. She can wrestle. She's fine. She has green shit on her face. It's cool. But like, it's boring as fuck, dude.
No, I agree. I'm not a big fan of
Put the
Asuka's
strap
character either.
on
But it shouldn't have been her.
I have Alexa be involved. She's in the Rumble now. She announced, which is very interesting to me as well.
They did it because how dominant Asuka has been booked, so they're trying to make it Alexa look that much stronger.
Yeah, and remember Alexa,
play out.
She was the first like champion over cross brands and all that shit, and she was the last pick in the draft and kind of worked her way up.
But it just doesn't.
Marketably, I guess it's Charlotte because of her name, which no disrespect to Charlotte, not this time at least, but Alexa's honestly the most marketable woman.
No, Alexa is.
I think she's the most marketable woman they have. She can wrestle, she can talk.
Oh,
she's cute as fuck. Like she has all the shit you would need.
Like
Charlotte kind of scares some people because she's so fucking bigger and she'll beat everybody's ass. And you have ones like Asuka. It's like Halloween was in October, bro. So like I don't know.
Yeah, the thing with Asuka is she has.
Which I get it's part of her gimmick and it's cool and it fits. But I hope this leads to that evil Asuka that came over.
The green face paint, I want to see.
She wore the mask,
that would be kind of cool.
She has the face paint. Like, stick with one.
Before I get to you, well, go ahead. I'll end
how
on
I
this
feel.
one.
Straight to you.
Oh boy.
This will probably
I feel
segue.
bad for Asuka because she was so afraid that when she went into Alexa's playground, she was so scared. She's like looking around, like, "What the heck are you gonna do?" And Alexa starts laughing. I mean, I guess this makes sense. I mean, I don't see nothing really wrong with it. Maybe there is. Maybe I'm looking at like Chuck did, but Asuka really hasn't recently, and I guess Alexa Bliss fits right into that. I mean, she's turning into the female Fiend.
She is.
Exactly, she is. Like you guys said, she's potential. She has every skill to need. I don't know if she'll win the belt. I think she should.
I think she should too.
But
I do too. I saw that picture with the Fiend mask on her on Twitter after Raw. I was like,
Asuka's had it so long, it's
Can't
time for somebody else. And we're seeing a whole different Alexa Bliss. I think it's time.
Her fiance can fuck off.
Ryan Cabrera.
That guy. Fuck that
Speaking
guy.
of
fuck Ryan Cabrera, whatever his fucking name.
Taya Valkyrie, she's in Impact, which you used to watch years ago.
Used to be.
That's John Morrison's real life wife.
Right.
Think she'll come to WWE now? She's a free agent.
I hope
It's
so.
between that and AEW.
That'd be cool.
I
mean, she
really
could go to AEW and lay down for Cody. That's what they all do. Figuratively,
and Brandy.
No, Brandy's
Wow.
pregnant. Cody's moved on.
She'll still lose to her.
Yeah, like Bakley, I think it's a fair possibility, especially with the Women's Royal Rumble coming up.
Why
I mean
not?
and she's Morrison's wife. That just makes a lot of
Oh,
sense.
yeah,
That would make a lot of
absolutely.
logical sense.
Her be a surprise.
Now, whether she would start NXT with like Ripley and possibly others coming up, if that makes more sense for her, and it's filming from the same fucking place, basically,
I
right?
don't think she should. The thing with Taya Valkyrie is I knew who that is. She's really
Okay,
good.
I did. I knew it was Morrison's wife,
No,
but I don't watch Impact.
But it's just like AJ. I think she's kind of like AJ Styles at this point. Like when Styles came, he didn't need to go to NXT. He's
All right,
AJ
so
Styles.
she's known enough for that.
I think she's good
Okay.
enough just to come to the main roster.
Yeah, she showed up on Raw. Raw needs depth right now.
Mhm,
You know,
they
Becky,
do.
Ronda's not around.
Their division needs
Lacey's. It's a weird time.
Even with Charlotte on, it still needs help. It's like it's a disaster.
I dug it. I'm not going to dig into it much more. Obviously, it's Alexa Bliss. I dig it.
She's awesome.
I
love
no
her.
bitching here. But the main point of our show tonight was me, Chuck, and Yvonne, all booked Mania realistically. So you're not going to see John Cena versus Damian Priest. Like that makes no logical sense for that to ever happen. So
I'd
these
watch
are
it.
logically
That'd be a good match.
booked. So we thought a couple weeks before the Rumble would make more sense because we're going to also tell you guys with our matches, you'll see who we have winning the Rumble, etc. We'll kind of explain how we got there. So before we get there, check out all of the social media you can follow for the Buzz, Twitter, Instagram, OnlyFans. No OnlyFans yet.
Not yet. You'll see me naked on other accounts.
Is that the $3.99 one?
It's $1.99.
Oh,
But
Black Fridays came twice this year.
Special deal.
All right. Anyway, check out the social media of everything the Buzz.
Get the Lambo car, house in the hills with the stars. Told you I'd raise the bar, told you that I'd go far. Baby, it's crystal clear. I'm not a souvenir. I'm not an accessory. I'm a necessity. So come and check me out now. I'm a necessity. So come and check me out now.
dude, I need to get these fucking whatthebuzz.com like music videos on my phone. To work
Yeah, I
out.
know. I
Those songs are
want
catchy.
the one for all the shows. I want to know what that song's called and where I can download it.
Right, that's a good one.
Because that's
Mhm,
like
that is a
I
good
want
song.
that just to play I'm just gonna be like, hey Archie, I can just make that my theme for all my shows. Like I want that song with my own background.
Whoa, that's what I'm coming for. All right, anyway.
Yeah, we might not want to sig from that. Anyway, no politics. Anyway, so WrestleMania. Who wants to go first? All our cards are finished. You guys will be able to check this out here in the next couple hours. There'll be an article coming out with all of our picks for matches. We're not picking winners. We're booking the show match-wise. You guys can vote and tell us when it comes out which one you think's the best book show.
Look at what our mom.
You can vote for Chuck. It's cool.
Our mom's tuning in.
I know Angie she'll be voting on mine for
Mom,
sure.
we're trying to work. We have 4 people, 3 other people besides you to entertain.
We're
right
talking
now.
business.
Anyway,
We're all business.
who wants to start?
I'll go.
Yvonne's going to start.
Yep.
So we're fancy here. So let me get her name scrolling under the screen real
With
quick.
a Y.
Oh, shit.
It's fancy with the Y.
Boom. It's
With a
even
Y.
spelled correctly.
That's what
It
I'm
better
ready
be.
for.
Oh my
All right, so let's start with the bottom of the card. So your tag team championship is Street Profits, Dirty Dogs, which is the name of Ziggler and Rude,
I didn't know that.
Dominic and Murphy. The Raw Champion tag team titles was the Hurt Business, Mace versus Mason T-Bar versus Miz Morrison versus Elias and Riker. And you have Sheamus winning the Andre the Giant Battle Royal. Josh, why are you abbreviating everything? You only get 200 characters.
That's
Tell
what I
StreamYard.
thought. Yeah,
So
that's what I thought.
I have to do what
You
I have
have
to do.
Sheamus winning that?
Yeah, I do.
All right.
He's all I could think of. I couldn't think of anybody else.
All right, so
that was a lot.
I
of
figured
fun.
how we do this is for hers, we would ask her things like, how the hell did you get here? And we would do that for each other. So
Sure.
took a lot of things.
you kind of
to
took
work
it out of
in
my mouth. Why the hell Sheamus winning Andre the Giant Battle Royal?
He's the only one I could think. I couldn't think of anybody
So-
else. That's really true.
The guy's been in the main event
I
picture
know,
for the last
I know.
month and a half.
That's honestly, there's nothing wrong with Sheamus. Is I couldn't really think of anybody else.
All right.
I like how though you have to acknowledge. I like him. That's why I have him winning. Like we have the
Fair.
winner of this match as a down person because of how irrelevant this fucking match has become over the last 5 years.
I was telling him I took a lot of thought.
Disrespect the legacy of Andre the Giant.
They did by making it
I think-
irrelevant.
That's the only one I forgot. He's
All
like,
right.
"What's your pick?"
I'll ask you this. Do you think Elias and Riker make it that long? Hell, they're already teasing tension 2 weeks in.
I think they're gonna make it. I mean, I really do.
Hell, Riker looks like a star. He's making
He
Elias
does.
look like shit.
That's true.
And he's the one that got in trouble for posting that political shit on Twitter.
I think
His other dudes, the other forgotten fucks, are over on SmackDown doing nothing.
The ones they forgot about.
Yeah.
Oh,
And
true.
the
Yeah,
guy who
I
gets in
forgot about
trouble is actually getting a
I
decent
think
push.
they're gonna make it. I think like
about talent,
with
dude.
like Baszler and Nia. I hate to use them for an example, but you see all the tension between them, but they never break up and they never do nothing.
I like the Mason T-Bar in the tag team. I like
Fine.
Retribution actually being utilized somewhat.
For once, not no.
And those two
group.
specifically being a tag team, I
Because
think could be
to
pretty
me, they're
decent.
two of the best. No disrespect to all of them.
Ali's the best one, but those two are definitely the other two.
At this point, we got to break up Retribution and just start over with these guys. That's what it comes down to.
Then the hurt business. I have them winning. Miz and Morrison. I think Miz is going to eventually lose the contract, and him and Morrison like, let's get back in the tag team because they're not breaking up
So you think he'll lose the contract between now and Mania somehow?
somehow. Or
They
more-
did add
Yeah.
WWE Fastlane
Yeah, they did.
to March before Mania in April. So it's Chamber, Fastlane, then Mania. Because
Fair
they
enough.
pushed Mania back 2 weeks. So Chamber is like mid-October or mid-February. So they didn't want to go 10 weeks out of pay-per-view. So they threw in Fastlane in the middle of March. So that's interesting.
And one thing I was telling Josh about with Elias, we all want him in the title picture, but since he's back in the mid card,
I didn't know
No
any
one-
kind of title.
no, I was telling you, put him in the tag team. Him and Riker, maybe
They
you
could
know?
win it.
They could.
I don't think the Hurt Business, even though I think they're in mine too, just based on the fact of lack of their tag teams. But I don't know if the Hurt Business
But-
lasts that long. They're already like on the brink of
Who knows?
Why does
implosion
every goddamn tag team have an inner fucking tension?
They
in
do.
the first month,
I don't understand. Like honestly,
especially one as good as them.
it pisses me off.
It is. It's annoying.
They're a very good tag team.
It's lazy writing. If you're using the exact same storyline for all of your goddamn tag teams, what are you doing?
Do you think it's just because they run out of ideas?
Yeah, I do.
So it's like
They
let's
don't do.
split them up, feud them with each
Yeah.
other for a while, but then all they do is run out of ideas.
I feel like Vince hates tag teams, so what can we
They
do to make
did.
it interesting? Oh, well, I like it when
We
they
did.
fight each other. Let's just do that with every goddamn tag team. I have an idea. Let's just take two single competitors and throw them together and then cause tension in between them. What the fuck?
That part is stupid, but I do see them staying together somehow to make it
I
that
hope
long.
you're right.
I hope I am. I have Mason T-Bar or Elias and Riker winning that. That's kind of hard.
They need to, I'm sorry, this is what they need to do when it comes to the tag team division.
Mhm.
They need to, the Hurt Locker guys, stop fighting. Be
Yes.
a tag team.
Yes.
Shut the fuck up. That's not your storyline.
Right.
Retribution, I hate to say it, split them up. They're not doing anything. Those guys are all talented. They can do different things in a different way. Rewrite them. And then I have no problem with Elias and Riker fighting because Elias should be a single competitor.
Mhm.
That should be the only tag team that has intertension between
Yep.
between any.
And I have them win it too.
There you go.
Or T-Bar mates if they make it that long.
Women's division.
Oh boy.
So I tried to book these logically. I put these.
I see a typo here. You have Charlotte in the women's division. Sorry, I love Charlotte. I thought it was funny.
My mom says,
"Don't be to me."
My mom says, "Tell us how you really feel, Ben."
Dude, it drives me insane because it makes. I'll stop, but
I'm the same way. I'm with you.
You can yell
Honestly.
at her. You can yell at her. It's fine.
Go ahead.
no, we're
All
on
right.
the same side.
Women's
she
division.
loves you. She don't let you.
Women's division. Fair point. Charlotte's in it, but anyway.
I
Charlotte
I
versus.
see why you put Charlotte.
So
first.
Charlotte versus Rhea Ripley. So you have Rhea winning the Women's Royal Rumble.
Yep, I do. Yep.
I didn't change this in the banner, but I did.
That's all right.
Typo by me.
That's
It's
all
not Sonya Deville. It's Sasha Banks versus Bianca Belair.
right. I
I'll
thought of
change
that.
it
That was
after-
a recent
in a
change.
second.
When,
Yeah.
when are we going to start seeing Sonya Deville as a competitor?
You won't. She's a general manager now.
I know.
She'll chill for a while.
It's a
I know.
show for
That's
all.
what I thought my real WrestleMania card would be her main eventing and beating everybody, but
Yeah.
she's not competing.
Probably after Mania.
Yeah.
One of those things.
I love Sonya Deville. Dude, she is the next best. She could take Becky Lynch's spot. She is the Rock to Becky Lynch's Stone
She
Cold.
is. Mhm.
It ain't going to happen because they're not fucking, she's not on TV. But,
So I'll question this one. So you have Rose and Brooke being the tag team champions, facing Bailey and Mella versus the Riot Squad. You still think this Rose and Brooke thing's still going to be working?
Yep, they have no tension. I think they're proven to be a better tag team than Baszler and Nia.
Bailey and Mella, I guess, makes sense because
Well,
they're like best
they
friends
used
in real
years
life.
ago. They used to be a tag team a long time ago,
Yeah, in NXT, right?
and they've been teaming them up recently. Don't know how that's going to work, but I'm taking a risk with that. They used to be a good tag team.
It's your card.
And her and Mella, they are good friends, and that's all I can say to that. And then the Riot Squad, they deserve it.
All right, Ben. This is where Ben's going to have a problem, so I don't even want to say it.
What?
Triple H versus Randy Orton. So these are kind of the undercard matches. Well, kind of main event, whatever, but like matches that don't really involve titles. The Fiend versus Edge, and she has Edge being the Brood character in this match.
I dig
Not
it.
a Firefly, just Brood Edge
Because
versus
we know
Vader.
what's going to happen. The Fiend's going to get personal with Edge, and he already did with Orton. And look what happened to Orton. It's going to go right to Edge. It's going to go right to his past, and Edge is going to come back as the Brood, like from the character.
That'd be
that he
pretty
used to
cool.
be.
People pop for that.
The
Him
Fiend-
coming out to that old theme song,
Sure.
rising up out of the stage with the
Yeah.
fire.
And
That'd be
Orton's
cool.
already-
WWE is all about fire right now, anyway.
That's
Set
true.
people
For
on
some
fire.
reason, they're like, I'm fucking. They went from using no promo for years to like all of the goddamn
Yeah,
promo.
all of
So-
And we know Orton's already nuts. I think Orton's even more nuts as what
And-
the Fiend did.
All right, so you think Lashley and Riddle are still feuding one-on-one in 3 months? Lashley's still champion? That'd be kind of...
If he can-
based on the way WWE writes, I
No,
wouldn't put
if-
it against them.
If they have Riddle keep getting squashed by the Hurt Business, that's where I'm going with that.
But I like your 4-way IC title. Big E, Apollo, Sammy, and KO.
Yep.
That'd be kind of cool.
yeah, I dig that.
Triple H and Orton for a million times, though, I could live without.
I mean, to be fair, we've been watching Triple H versus Randy Orton since
Yeah.
right around 2003.
Hey,
So do we really need another one?
they didn't do it on Raw.
You ready for the favorite match you booked on the card? And it caught me completely off guard.
No.
When I was putting it in, I was like, "Are you
Oh,
sure
no.
this is the match you want?" She's like, "Yeah."
What?
Roman Reigns versus Damian Priest for the Universal
It
Championship,
sounds stupid.
and
it does,
Keith Lee
but
versus Drew McIntyre versus Brock Lesnar in a triple threat as the main
Dude,
event.
I would love both of those main events.
and I can explain
How does
Roman
Priest get there? So does Priest winning the Royal Rumble? Who do you have winning the men's Royal Rumble?
It's gotta be
In
Priest.
your
in mind.
so it's Priest, Keith Lee, or Brock Lesnar.
Probably Brock. I don't know.
Oh, that makes even less sense now.
It does. The
Brock
reason,
comes back, kicks ass, goes after Drew.
the reason I had
But what does Priest? How does Priest get to this point?
Yeah, so how does Priest get in?
the reason Priest gets in, we all know KO's gonna get squashed by Roman. I think Priest is gonna. I think KO's not gonna win at Rumble. He's gonna get manipulated by Roman again, and Priest is gonna come. He's like, I have a buddy, that you've never fought before. If you have some issues, take it up with him. And here comes Priest. He's like, yeah, you're pushing my friend up Coven around, try to take me down. You're not so the tribal chief. And Priest and him's gonna feud, and Roman's like, okay, think you can beat me, and it's gonna turn into tension.
I dig that.
Priest is going to rise up and say, you're pushing my former NXT friend around. That's how that's going to happen.
All right. And Brock, Drew, and Keith kind of writes itself.
Yep.
Sure.
Yep.
It's not bad.
I did that live.
The only one thing that caught me off guard, you don't have AJ Styles on the
I know,
WrestleMania card.
I know. I couldn't think
Is
of
he in
that.
so you have him in the Andre the Giant Battle Royal losing to Sheamus?
I guess. Hey, I forgot about that match.
They just put him in a fucking 35-minute
The reason I
documentary.
can explain Orton and Triple H. They didn't have a match on Raw. That was stupid. I don't know. I
It
think
would have been more bizarre if she would have put AJ versus Triple H, which is a rumored match, and then left Orton off the Mania card.
I left Orton.
But I think
Oh shit! Yeah. Okay.
Orton can have issues with legends still. I don't know. I mean, he's called some shots.
Hey,
at
listen,
Triple H.
we're not hating. You're an AJ
No.
Styles person, so Denise says AJ's her favorite as well.
He's
Don't worry,
he's-
Denise. I got you. You wait for my
He's
card.
my
I got
favorite
you.
too, but I didn't have nowhere to put him. Maybe he does for Triple H. I don't know.
All right, solid card.
That is a solid card. And the only thing that you should do differently.
My favorite match is Roman Reigns, Damian Priest, though.
I dig that. I'll watch that shit.
I thought-
Priest, stature wise, is Roman's
I took
Hey,
time.
Roman's
to
like
think this
bigger.
out.
Unbelievable.
but yeah, it's unbelievable. If Damian Priest punches you in the mouth, Roman's not standing there taking it.
I mean,
So that'd be a hell of a way
If
to
they keep having
introduce.
KO getting
Can you
squashed,
imagine
there
him
we
getting
go.
introduced and actually, as good as SmackDown's been introducing and using characters? Imagine if they insert Priest into that
that'd be
and
awesome.
he actually gets pushed, unlike on Raw. Priest's a badass,
And we know KO
and
needs
he
a
can
buddy.
do flips and shit to the point to where you don't hate everything he does like they do on AEW. No offense, Tyler. I'm digging the main line with you on there. You're the star.
That's what
No offense, Gary and Bakley.
Oh,
but-
some offense. A little, some offense.
I had Orton and Ciampa, but
So
I changed
before-
it, so.
We go on to Chuck's card. Peter says, what's your thoughts on Ciampa? Is he going to the main roster, or do you think he's staying on NXT? We talked about this a little bit last week.
Yeah.
Due to Ciampa not wanting to go to the main roster, reportedly because he doesn't like the traveling schedule,
Yeah.
and they're not traveling. So I think we all said there's a possibility that they're not going to be traveling for a while. So I don't think it's impossible. And he lost to Timothy Thatcher in that cage fight
He did
last night.
He did.
So that could have been his.
Royal Rumble.
What happened to Matt Riddle? He put over Timothy Thatcher in
Mhm,
the
he
cake.
did.
He showed up on SmackDown
That's
2
right.
weeks later.
Thatcher's just
That's
a guy
right, he
he put
did.
over.
Well, Thatcher.
That's right, he did.
I mean, Thatcher's going to be
I like that.
God, whatever. He reminds me of Chris Benoit.
Yeah.
He's that kind of fighter.
Yeah.
He's a grappler. He's tough.
Don't
He'll
tell us
step
like
on
that.
your finger.
Don't tell
Oh,
us.
Jesus Christ. All right, transition. Tyler, hope we answered your question. You have any more? We are here
I
for you.
was telling Josh, I took a lot of thought. in my
Mom,
main
if you have any
card,
more
so
questions, get off of
I looked
Facebook.
up the whole roster, spelled their name right, so.
All right, we ain't got time because you went to Carlisle High School. That you
No.
can brag if you can spell
No,
words
no,
correctly.
I'm saying I prepared.
And I'm prepared too. So is Chuck. So let's get to Chuck's card.
I'm always prepared.
Chuck's WrestleMania 37 card, which I want to say once again will be available on whatthebuzz.com within the next couple hours. Tell us which card you like better. We will figure out somehow to reward the winner. But nobody's going to probably do it, so it's fine.
Nude photo of myself.
Oh, Mom, shut it.
Shut
Yeah.
it.
You're welcome.
Shouldn't you be doing laundry or something?
Jesus.
Wow, that was
That's
that was sexist,
misogynistic. Get him.
She's used to. We're used to him.
It's
so.
2021. They still do laundry. I mean, it's still a
You
thing.
do laundry.
I did laundry last night. What the fuck?
I've watched Marital Nonsense. You don't do no fucking laundry.
Bullshit.
Yeah,
I did
that's
laundry
right.
last night.
According to
She is full of shit.
I want to fully believe
Yeah.
that Danae does laundry.
She's full of shit. I did laundry last
You're
night.
like me. You just throw all the shit in the machine, hit go.
Yeah,
and hope that it works.
Well, that's what laundry is.
Okay.
I
Anyway.
can't say nothing. I do laundry.
Your WrestleMania card. So you start. So we'll start with. You
Honestly.
you got Big E.
Yeah,
you got
did.
Big E winning the Andre the Giant Battle Royal.
Yeah, man. Only because I don't see him in a main event. I don't see him doing anything else really, and only because this is WrestleMania, and WrestleMania is notorious for not
Wow.
really pushing your big guys right now.
Come back. I was kidding. We lost like all 7 people after that comment.
They fucking
Denise
bounced,
said,
dude.
wow.
It's called respect your mother.
Either that or
Yeah.
I'm just kidding, Denise. I mean, if you had to go do laundry, it's okay, but you can come back and watch. It could wait.
That was sexist to all women.
God, that
Yeah,
dropped
it
everybody.
It did. That could have
Just-
been. That could have been women watching.
We're gonna get hashtag, dude.
Damn.
Hashtag respect your
Well,
mother.
I don't know how Biden feels about this yet. And you,
Hashtag not my wrestling podcast.
yeah. Anyway, Dirty Dogs versus Street Profits, aka Private Party, versus New Day.
So that's it.
And
Oh, boy.
damn it, you changed that for me forever. I'm just going to think of them. And you have it actually as a unification match.
Yeah. Okay. So for one thing, it's time. WrestleMania is the perfect time to merge all of these bullshit titles. So we don't need Angie. Calm down.
Hey, mom,
Look at
I already
this.
said hashtag respect your mom. So,
Yeah.
yeah, Denise, he is in trouble.
So
How do we have one viewer but 2 people keep talking to us?
I know, right? So
Anyway.
analytics. So we don't need
Fair.
we don't need 2 women's titles. Merge them. We don't need 2 tag team championship titles. Fucking merge them. And Mania is a perfect time. And so with that, I am merging officially at my WrestleMania, the best WrestleMania of all time, merging the tag team championship belts, and that would include the Dirty Dogs, which I knew that was what they were called
Yeah.
earlier today.
They got merch now.
So whatever. But that tag team versus the Street Profits versus the New Day, and merge that shit all day. And I'd probably even have the Dirty Dogs win.
That'd be cool.
That's a good
I like
idea.
Ziggler and Reed.
I do too.
Yeah, me too.
James
I like
Storm
Reed-
showed up
I
on
like
Impact
reuniting
last
the
night, so
titles
apparently he's
together.
not coming
I like
back to
that
WWE,
too.
which I would like. I didn't watch TNA when Beer Money was a thing,
Yeah,
so I thought it'd be kind
I
of
saw
cool.
James Storm was
I thought
there.
it'd be kind of cool to see him. Oh, you know what's the biggest coincidence of all that? You know they fought last out in Impact. Private Party,
That's kind of fun.
and they lost.
That's
Private
funny.
Party's the number 1 contenders for the Impact tag team titles, and they're fighting Gallows and Anderson.
Yeah, I saw James Storm debut on Impact again. I was like, man, that fucking sucks. But anyway, and then you asked me why I have Big E winning, and earlier we mentioned how the Andre the Giant Battle Royal has turned into a fucking joke. This WrestleMania could be a perfect time to turn that around with the established dominant Big E winning that, and then using that going forward to get more momentum into the main event title picture.
Okay,
And so that's why.
That's kind of where I went with Sheamus.
There you go. See?
Sort of that. Like, so there wasn't no thought. That's
Great
the one
minds.
match
You
I
and I
forgot.
have weapon like this.
You are.
Great minds.
I like you combining the tag titles. I really like that idea. Too.
all right. He combined the women's championship
I
as
like
well.
that too.
Damn right.
Sasha
Yeah, I
versus
didn't-
Charlotte.
Didn't think of that either.
Is that it?
No, I had Charlotte versus Bianca Belair. Was who I.
Oh, so you have Bianca Belair getting the title
Oh,
on SmackDown then.
Huh.
If you're unifying.
sure.
So you're going to have Charlotte leading WrestleMania with both the fucking titles.
Good.
I don't think that's correct. Who's the Raw champion?
Asuka.
Oscar.
Yeah, no, I just had my regular match was Charlotte versus Bianca. Just put Bianca over Charlotte.
For the Raw?
Just no for no titles. No titles. Just Charlotte versus Bianca.
Damn it.
Yeah, that was just no title match on that one. And then my title match would have been the Raw versus the SmackDown champion, which would be Asuka versus Sasha, which would be Sasha winning, obviously.
Prince. He's not watching. We need to fix that. We need to fix that spreadsheet. All right. Anyway. And then, so that was it. So we'll move on to the next slide. Intercontinental Championship. Big E versus Sami Zayn versus Shinsuke Nakamura versus Cesaro. Lashley.
Oh, we're forgetting that match is also the Big E versus Sami Zayn for the U.S. title. That's a fatal
Fatal
four-way
four-way
elimination
elimination.
Well, I
match,
see that. That's cool.
and that will really make Cesaro.
That
look
might be the
dominant.
match of the night.
Yeah, man.
exactly. Mhm.
Lashley versus Elias versus Riddle for the U.S. title.
That's interesting.
AJ Styles versus Triple H.
And that that has a stipulation: AJ Styles versus Triple H in a Triple H famous no holds barred match.
All right.
So we'll see Triple H in the jeans. We'll see AJ Styles in the hoodie. And it's going to be a fun, beat the fuck out of each other match.
And my Charlotte and Rhea is in a Hell in a Cell match.
Hell yeah.
It's in a Hell in a Cell because Rhea's good at the cage matches. Charlotte's not real well, so.
Absolutely. I dig that life.
And then you have Edge versus Fiend in a Firefly Funhouse. And I remember the stipulation is it has to end in the ring. But
Yeah.
to be fair, the first one
Yeah.
did.
I mean, but it wasn't really a match. Like my biggest problem with the Firefly Funhouse of last year was it was just a big clusterfuck. And in reality, yeah, Bray Wyatt won,
who
but
do you have Asuka fighting?
that'd be Sasha to unify the titles.
Okay, my bad.
You're fine. And so I have Orton kept out of this because I just don't like the idea of a triple threat, another
Right.
multi-match. And at this point, I know Randy Orton's been on fire here lately this past year, but I got nothing for him this WrestleMania. So it is just the Fiend versus Edge in a Firefly Funhouse match. However, I do want in-ring action. So they can do this weird go to your past bullshit for the first half, but once you're out of the Firefly Funhouse and you're in the ring, it is a regular match. That's what I want. And that would be my WrestleMania booking of that match. And that way they could go back and show the Brood Edge. And they could show the Edge and Christian Edge. And then they could show the crazy psycho 2006 cashing the Money in the Bank Edge.
Yeah.
And they could do all of that stuff. They should him cheating with Lita Edge and all of that stuff. But
Mhm.
then still have a one-on-one crazy Edge, and even that could bring out Edge's craziness. So remember, he was like a schizophrenic in like 2006, so they could bring that out and have like a crazy Edge versus the Fiend, and they could really do that evolution of that match in that one segment, which could be really fucking cool. But I do need it in the match, so that's a very big stipulation of mine.
I like that.
Championships. Roman Reigns versus The Rock.
Oh, there you go.
And Drew McIntyre versus Sheamus.
I like that.
Yep, and that one, I think we've been talking about it a lot here lately. Roman Reigns versus The Rock. It probably will happen for 2 more years, but my perfect WrestleMania is because. And what do I always quote? Since I can remember, I always say, "The Rock show SmackDown."
I thought it was AJ's.
That's a house.
He runs the place.
He runs the place. That's the Rock
okay.
show. That's the people.
But it's The Rock's show because The Rock
It is.
coined it SmackDown, and the very first main event was The Rock versus Triple H. It's The Rock show, and that's what they always said. It's The Rock show SmackDown. And then now Roman Reigns is running around and he's calling it his show. And they've always said that AJ Styles has said that, but they never said it like that. It was always a different kind of gimmick. But now, for the first time, Roman Reigns is calling it his show. So the story writes itself. I'm sure it's already been intentional, but they're changing plans because of COVID. But with The Rock showing up, no. This is The Rock's show. SmackDown. You know what I mean? And I know a lot of people hate The Rock, and a lot of people, he's not even The Rock anymore. He's Hollywood. He does steroids now.
He's
I
no
don't
John
care.
Cena.
I mean,
I
like,
knew that was coming.
but the storyline was, first of all, I fucking love The Rock. I'm tired of saying that I don't. I do love The Rock.
I don't.
I've been watching.
We know how you
videos.
feel.
I'll never
Dude,
get tired of it.
No, man. When I the other day I started watching like 1999 Rock videos. Jesus Christ.
Who
It's
doesn't
fucking-
love The Rock besides Josh?
the electrifying is ridiculous. How electrifying
That's
he
a good
actually
promo.
was.
He
Yeah, and that's what
He does.
and this match wouldn't be a 5-star AJ Styles match. It'd be for the storyline.
Would it be a 7-star Young Bucks match?
It'd be hard hitting. It'd be fast, and it'd be more about storyline oriented. And I think that could be really well written. But we'll get it in 2 years.
Eventually. It'll be a good match when we get it.
2 cards down.
And then McIntyre versus Sheamus. I left off Keith Lee of this card. And that's Orton and Keith Lee, both who probably deserve to be here, but I got nothing for them on my perfect.
Maybe that
show.
stage they run
tough.
into each other and like, let's just fight.
Yeah, something like that. They can interfere or whatever.
Or you can have Big E throw them both out of the
Sure.
fucking Andre the Giant Battle
Something
Royal.
like that, yeah. But like, I just want to see McIntyre and Sheamus. Because I like Sheamus. I think he deserves a main event.
He
WrestleMania.
does.
The last time he was a main event WrestleMania, I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, was a 30-second match against Daniel Bryan.
He won.
He did.
He did.
But
That's true.
him
He was very fatigued.
he was. But him, that was a long time ago. Him and McIntyre can beat the fuck out of each other. The storylines are
And they've been slow building it.
Yeah,
They have history. They know each other.
I want to
Bills.
see it. I'm not a fan of like triple threats in the main event.
Right.
So that's what I want. I think that could be really good. And they're both not part-time.
Yeah.
So
There you go.
it'd be good.
One match I didn't explain real good on mine was Sasha and Sonya. People's like, she's general manager. Sasha's going to keep the belt for a while. We've seen she's beating everybody. And I think Sonya, she's being a general manager for right now, but I think she's going to slowly get back into being a ring competitor and tell Pierce, like, hey, I'm ready to get back in the ring. Say, hey, Sasha, you haven't beaten everybody, and ease her way into the title picture.
I dig it.
Okay.
Sonya
My
did-
turn.
Well, I forgot that. I
Did you
wanted
get anything else?
no, I wanted to explain that. So people's like, oh, she's general
Oh, mom was
manager.
watching, like, don't talk to your sister. So like, shut up, mom. Anyway, my WrestleMania card. Raw tag team titles. I got Mason T-Bar picking up the championships at some point.
There
And
you go.
I have a different version of the Hurt Business teaming up. I have it Shelton and MVP. I have them Cedric eventually getting thrown out. The Hurt Business lives on, but Cedric gets thrown out.
Okay.
And I think at some point Keith Lee enters.
I dig it.
Versus New Day. New Day has to be on the card.
Right.
They sell fuck people of New Day, right? Private Party versus the Usos. I think Jimmy's back obviously soon. He should be back anytime now. Usos, go get the straps there. Under the Giant Battle Royal winner, I got Bronson Reed from NXT. That's kind of when they like to integrate, like Baron Corbin years ago. Cesaro, when he was initially getting pushed, they like getting them that win. Like you said, it's been irrelevant. Bronson Reed is a very more athletic, entertaining Brodus Clay. He can actually wrestle. He's a big guy that can
bringing up Brodus Clay.
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
if you look at him, you'll think Brodus Clay right away. Just the way the dude's
The
built.
way he looks, yeah.
Big guy, it's gonna be hard to throw out.
He is.
Be a good first match for him to win.
Sure.
Women, Charlotte versus Asuka versus Rhea. So Rhea Ripley, I have winning the Women's Royal Rumble. I have Charlotte beating Asuka at one of these pay-per-views. And then Asuka winning a rematch, then Charlotte being like, no, listen, I fight Rhea. And Rhea's like, I'm cool with it. I'll kick both your asses. Then I have Rhea go over, which makes her strong as fuck, beating the two. But they're the two most difficult women to actually beat. Asuka didn't lose for years, and Charlotte should be winning the men's world title, which might be in my main event. We'll see.
Wow.
Sure.
And then the SmackDown championship, I got Sasha versus Bianca versus Bayley, which intertwines the Bayley Belair feud. And Sasha, Bayley, then Belair and Sasha have both have egos, and you think you're better than me, then it ends up in a triple threat. Is it redundant with two women's triple threats? Sure, put one on each night.
Oh, absolutely.
Then
that's what's golden about 2 nights
because you don't get back.
Yeah, exactly.
You can do Saturday night the women's triple threat. Give it 25 minutes would be great.
Yeah.
Sunday the Raw, perfect.
It is perfect,
and it's not. And you don't get burnt out on triple threats, which is why I booked it this way. And then
you got Bayley and Carmella.
I got Bayley pulling double duty, and I got Bayley losing twice.
You got Alexa Bliss and Nikki Cross.
Well, this makes up for not being on your.
There you go.
I got Alexa Bliss in this new character. So Nikki Cross put a video on Twitter the other day of her bitching about not being used on TV, which I think is going to lead to her joining her friend Alexa, and Alexa converts her into her tag team partner, which leads into going back and taking over the women's tag team division.
Remember that?
Bayley and Mella. Yeah. The women's tag team division is terrible. I mean,
it is.
It just makes. I would like to see this match.
That match. I mean, those titles.
Do the Riot Squad or Mandy and and Dana make more sense? I guess, but the women's division's a joke. The tag team division. The women's division is fantastic. They have tons of talent, but the tag team division, they don't have any established teams.
Just get rid of it because they're not using it.
I mean, those are probably going to team up for the women's tag team titles at this point.
Sure.
They don't care about
Rick's all about it. Rick will wear a phone. He don't give a shit.
I'm losing a lot of respect for the women's tag titles.
So
title holders.
So we'll start at the bottom. So I got Damian Priest going to the much deprived Raw roster that needs help. I got Riddle capturing the U.S. title at some point from Lashley because I have bigger things in mind for Lashley here in a second. Versus Elias versus Ali versus Damian Priest in a fatal 4-way elimination, which is similar to yours just for the U.S. title. So that gets Ali.
That's interesting. Oh, Ali.
And that gets integrated in what can be a very good feud. And he has history with Riddle from NXT, so it kind of meshes there.
Makes sense.
Paulo, I have him winning the title. I think it'll make it more relevant, him being associated with Roman, versus Seth versus Cesaro versus Big E. And I'd split the night. Is it redundant? Sure, but split it.
Right.
Not elimination. I didn't want to do like 2, but I like the addition of Seth.
Yeah.
Because he'll be back soon.
Yeah, I forgot about him. He will be due back. So
he'll definitely
be back. And he'll be on the card somewhere.
He'll be part of that.
He'll be somewhere on there.
Styles versus Triple H. Don't know how they'll get there. They can do it easy though.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
And I know it's a bucket list thing. Lashley versus Lesnar, I have it in a cage.
Wow.
That you can't get out of. Not a climbing over cage, like a MMA
so you mean like
cage.
a Hell in a Cell?
Like like an octagon.
Still cage you gotta climb.
I mean, the octagon is just like a regular.
I want it to be an MMA fight. These two guys are
that's what you gotta say.
I don't want to see these guys suplex and spear each other. I want to see them take each other down and beat the shit out of each other.
Still cages you can climb out to win.
These are the two most physically intimidating guys you have.
Fair
and obviously it's a match people's wanted for years.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I think the thing with that match is people
and I don't want titles involved.
Are kind of jizzing over it, and it could be really good, but at the same time it might not be good because they might not mesh well because they have the same build and stuff. So it could be really slow and like, you know what I mean? Like Lesnar is really good with smaller guys, and it's arguably Lashley's the same way. So when you match up these two guys who are the same, it's kind of like Big Show versus Braun Strowman. It'd be a really boring match because they're the exact same. So I could see it being either way. It could be really awesome or it could be really boring. You know what I mean?
Either way. That'd be a good match either way.
Edge versus Orton versus Fiend. I just think the Fiend and Orton thing just kind of leaks into where Edge comes back. Where Edge is like this. It's kind of like two kids fighting over a toy. It's like, I'm kicking Orton's ass. No, I am. Oh, you're fucking with me, Edge?
Yeah, sure.
I'll take you down the same fucking path I'm taking him down. Firefly Funhouse, all 3 of them. Yeah. Brood Edge, Sex with Lita Edge. You're a Family Guy, man, Edge. Huh. Did Beth know about this? And like, you could go personal. Hey, Orton, remember when you were doing this, that, and the other? We talked about it.
Live sex show.
That's what the Fiend does.
So go from there. We're back.
That was weird. It like froze and then it turned off and then now it's back.
I think that was Joe Biden. But anyway.
I noticed, I thought this too. Because it froze how it froze before, I unplugged the charger and they came back on.
That's weird.
That is weird,
That
but
is
You gotta quit
that's
fuck with these ghosts.
I know.
fucking no.
They,
All right.
don't, they don't like RSH.
So
They-
Miz versus Morrison for the Money in the Bank briefcase. The tension finally eases over. It's kind of eased over the last few months. When they were on SmackDown, I thought they were going to break up. But I think inevitably them two for the Money in the Bank briefcase is going to happen. And I got Morrison going over.
Good.
Rightfully so. Morrison's been used like shit. since he's
Dude,
been
he
there.
needs to be over. Since I was
Yes,
so
he
sad
does.
when he came back.
And then Roman Reigns versus Daniel Bryan versus Shinsuke Nakamura. I think Daniel Bryan's going to win the Men's Royal Rumble. And I think it's going to be one of those things like, listen, I want Shinsuke in this match. He should have got this. Daniel Bryan's a stand-up guy. He should have got in this
Mhm.
match. He deserves to
This
be in
bullshit
this.
he did
And then
awesome.
Roman's going to be like, no. He's like, what if I beat you? Or what if I win the Elimination Chamber match
Do
and I
something.
give that spot to Shinsuke? Or what if I beat you at any match you want me to beat you at Fastlane or something, and Bryan earns that spot for him? And then, I have Roman winning, but whatever.
Sure.
But my swerve is Drew McIntyre versus Keith Lee versus Sheamus.
Oh shit.
Uh-oh.
Drew wins, but Morrison cashes in.
Oh, okay. That.
And we finally get the John Morrison that we've
Oh,
probably
good.
been
So-
deserving for a while.
I gotcha. All
So
right.
do I. He
I
deserves
dig
it. Morrison deserves it. I'm all for that.
And then we go from there. I think Morrison could do a lot.
Yeah, I
He
agree.
can.
I mean-
More than just being a corny joke sidekick is what he is right
He
now.
has so much potential.
And his jokes aren't even
The
funny.
look
No,
and
it's-
he has it all to be what he is.
When he first debuted as part of Eminem back in the day, he was Shawn Michaels, but like not like the Dolph Ziggler Shawn Michaels. Like he was his own self. He just had that Shawn Michaels kind of mystique, but he still was unique. Like he could have been the next Shawn Michaels. You know what I mean? And then shit went sour. I don't know. I guess he had a bad attitude backstage or whatever. But like the dude is a physical fucking specimen.
Mm-hmm.
He can do anything. He is ripped. He's even that much older now and still that ripped. He just looks good.
Yeah.
And I like, I'm married. I like women, but he looks good. Like he's a handsome fella. That's pretty good.
Shout out to Joey from the Ankle Podcast. for putting this on Twitter.
Thank you, Joe.
I can't fucking deal, dude. That's great. That's such good shit.
That is good shit.
I like
Yeah,
it.
it is time for more.
All right, questions on my card. Any? None?
All makes sense.
I win. So
I mean-
don't vote. Just vote for me.
You don't win.
Just vote for
I'm Josh Biden, and I approve this message.
So
Should
you
I
rig
start-
the election.
Should I start sniffing you guys or something?
No, don't.
No, please don't.
Please don't.
For the love of God.
That's
Anyway.
disgusting.
You know what? I wouldn't have Morrison cash in. I'd have just Drew win in front of
Sure.
fans.
Yeah, he does
I
deserve
wish
that.
he would lose the belt and win it back in front of fans, honestly. Maybe they do that for Goldberg.
Maybe.
Well, he's not winning at the
Rumble.
That's something that I kind of left.
I want you guys to notice something. Both of you watching. No Goldberg in any Cup Buddies.
No, and there's a reason
No
for
go
that.
There's
It
a
was-
reason.
It's not because this wasn't what we think is going to happen.
One
It's
person's pissed. Is
it's-
obviously Phil.
Well, probably, but it's what we wanted to happen, and so that's why Goldberg doesn't exist on these cards. In reality, Goldberg's winning at the fucking Royal Rumble, and you won't see him again until probably like the Elimination Chamber
Yeah.
for a second, and then it'll be at WrestleMania, and that's where he's going to drop it. Unfortunately, that's the fucking routine of Goldberg.
You know what's weird? You think of the people that we left off. Like, this is just how talented
I
their
know.
rosters are. Like Keith Lee,
Mhm. Yep.
Randy Orton, Braun Strowman,
Ricochet,
Ricochet. Like Braun Strowman, though, it just kind of hit me like,
yeah, he's not doing anything.
I would honestly have Bronson Reed throw him out of the Andre the
Oh,
Giant
yeah.
to
I
kind
would
of give
too.
Bronson Reed
Mhm.
that.
Yeah,
Like, he's
Yeah.
kicked Braun Strowman
I'll
out.
put him over.
I wouldn't argue with that at all. I'd have
But,
Braun Strowman win it again and actually go on to do something.
Yeah.
But it's just not what they've been doing. With
And I'm excited for next week's show where it's a Rumble prediction. So we're going to talk about, so we'll have Benison on next week.
Oh,
He's from the Armchair Wrestling
Wrestling
Podcast.
Podcast.
He's located in the UK.
We'll go ahead,
Don't hold that
we'll go
against
ahead
him.
and plug that now. So
and my number one
tomorrow,
contender for my Wednesday night.
tomorrow at 3 o'clock
Oh,
Eastern time
boy.
on The Buzz. And I think they're going to stream from Armchair Wrestling, their Twitter. And I think The Buzz's Twitter at WTB.com, DOTCOM. Not a literal dot. You have to spell it, lazy fucks. But 3 o'clock tomorrow, they're breaking down similar stuff to what we did, but not exactly. It's called The Road to an Empty Arena, referring to the Rumble having no fans, unfortunately, this year. They're going to talk about Gilbert. I know we were chatting earlier in our group chat about it. They're going to talk about Monday Night Raw. They're going to also talk about AEW and Impact, some stuff we don't touch.
Sure.
So the main line and Armchair touch on that. We don't care a fuck about any of that.
So I can listen to these guys in my car on the way home tomorrow.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. I'll be listening. It's a good listen. Benison and those dudes are pretty funny, and they always put us over. They're good people.
They are.
I really
They
like
are.
His friends have better taste than Benison.
I really like those other guys.
Yeah, Jack's pretty cool. Like Jack disappears for 45 minutes. He's like, "Hey, you put over RSH?" He's like, "Yeah, 3 times." Like, let's do it again. It's like, yeah, we got to get that guy on RSH.
I like the guy with the cat. That guy kicks ass.
Yeah, that's him.
Oh,
That's the one.
he's my favorite.
The other guy's cool too, but
Well,
not
they're
as
all
cool
awesome.
as
That is.
the other
You
guy.
have to have a cat to be in my good graces.
But next
That's
week,
true.
Benison is going to be up. It'll be like 4 in the morning in England, but he's going to be here for his one-on-one match with you for the
One.
U.S.
One.
or U.S. title for the what the hell is that title called?
Wednesday
anymore?
night title.
There you go. The Wednesday night
title.
championship at Rumble that he earned
He did.
when
It's been
we
a while.
lost.
It's been a minute.
Dude, we lost to him at fucking NXT Takeover
Of all pay-per-views.
in like
First of all, I don't want
September.
to use the words that we lost. We
Velveteen Dream lost.
didn't overcome.
That's right.
And it was his fault. Velveteen Dream's fault.
Yes,
so.
we went Velveteen for that. But he'll be here next week. We'll do predictions,
Yeah.
surprise entrance. We'll break down the week like we always do, SmackDown into the
Mhm.
Rumble, and then go from there. That'd be pretty cool.
Oh,
So
yeah.
he will be here next
Yeah.
week. I asked him in our group chat earlier, and he said, "What the fuck do you think? I'm stupid." So apparently he remembered. So I'm not going to ask him anymore. So then when he forgets, I'll just talk shit. But anyway, Royal Rumble next week. Favorite pay-per-view of the year still. Every year. And this year I have no idea what's going to happen. So
Yeah, this year's pretty intriguing. Like last year, I mean, I wasn't sure he was going to win. I don't think I had McIntyre winning, but we all kind of knew Edge was
you
going
know
to
what's
be back.
funny?
Mhm.
I still have that card.
Oh, do you? Nice. Like like we all kind of knew Edge might be coming back, but it was still fucking awesome. We probably won't get that cool of a return, but I do
I do
think
have it.
Edge is going to come back. What was our predictions for the winner last
So
year?
last year, Yvonne won the Royal Rumble. So she had
All right.
48. I had 47. Bennett and Chuck both had 46. You guys know
Oh.
Bennett from our earlier days, and he's been on a couple live shows.
Mhm.
You know what match cost me the fucking title this
Something
night?
with Charlotte. right?
Charlotte versus Rhea
I
Ripley.
remember that. Who do we have winning the Rumble?
All right,
Is it
so
on there?
Rumble picks.
Oh boy.
You had Roman. Me, Yvonne, and Bennett had Drew.
And so I lost that.
We had
obviously.
surprise entrance. I don't know if we'll do it. We'll have to discuss how we're going to do this because I didn't really like this as
There's
much.
really nobody to guess.
I had Edge, Cain Velasquez, and Matt Riddle. You had Matt Riddle, Finn Balor, and Edge. Bennett had Velveteen Dream, Matt Riddle, and Cain Velasquez. That's why Bennett didn't win. Yvonne had Adam Cole, Finn Balor, and Keith Lee. Women's Royal Rumble. You and Yvonne picked. That's what it was. Fucking.
Yeah, Charlotte.
Oh, sorry. That was Royal. I'm still pissed about WrestleMania. Can you tell?
You're
Charlotte
still
won the
bitter.
Royal Rumble,
That name,
and me
yeah.
and Bennett had Shayna Baszler.
I had Charlotte. I remember that.
Yeah.
Your text messages. Fuck WWE.
Yeah.
Fucking stupid.
Yeah, and like last year, Roman Reigns was fighting King Corbin for like the 80th time. Bailey was fighting Lacey Evans, Becky versus
Wow.
Asuka, The Fiend,
She
Daniel
definitely
Bryan,
didn't change the role.
and a
Lacey
strap
Evans
match.
did.
I
was
remember
there.
that.
It's funny, I kept all these cards because here soon we'll go through the WrestleMania 36 one where you won, I got last, and that was because of fucking Charlotte too.
Because you can't pick. You have to learn to pick her.
Of course, Chuck picked Charlotte.
course.
Acknowledge.
She's my girl, dude. I love Charlotte Flair. Woo!
Me,
But
and-
anyway.
me and that's why me and him were champions.
It's so weird. I hate Ric Flair, but I like Charlotte Flair.
I don't
It's so
like Flair.
weird.
It's the same thing.
Josh is going to acknowledge Charlotte eventually.
He will. He'll learn.
You need to learn to just pick her,
He'll learn to love.
Oh, good.
and you can win something.
Bernie Sanders is cold, but we are not. So before we wrap this up, check out all the other shows this week. Like I said, Armchair Wrestling you will not see in this video, but it'll be live tomorrow at 3 Eastern time. I'll let Chuck plug Marital Nonsense after this clip, but check out all the other shows on the Buzz.
War. Tell them that's what we ready for. War. Tell them that's what we ready for. War. Bringing that to competitors. Till we see the confetti fall, be ready for war. Tell them that's what we ready for. War. Tell them that's what we ready for. War. Bringing that to competitors. Till we see the confetti fall, be ready for war. Tell them I'm ready, any opponent. The crown heavy and every minute it's chosen. A path only fit for kings, and you won't know what this court means. What did you enlist for? If it isn't getting more rings, then you gon' have to switch your team. Trust me, it gets more mean. I'm a nightmare going up against your dreams. First step is explosive like a bomb hit. Bet if I let it fly, I cannot miss. And you ain't got a chance at the top 10 when you getting clamped all night by your locksmith. On the block throwing lobs to my top bigs. I'm a chef, no look, what's the top dish? Tie game, through the pressure as the clock ticks. Crossover, step back, hit a shot, switch. War. Tell them that's what we ready for. War. Tell them that's what we ready for. War. Bringing that to competitors. Do we see the confetti fall? Be ready for war. This is how champions are made, but it never happens in a day. It's all hard work, but it's why what happens when we play 9 out of 10 times. I'ma lap you with.
Whoa.
I'll say it again. Welcome back, Whiskey Cinema. It's
Yeah.
cool seeing them back in the video.
That is cool. I didn't
That's why the
even-
video is like. I
Yeah.
was like, the ending of the video is different.
That's
It's like
cool.
because Whiskey Cinema's back on Sundays.
That is really cool. Yeah. I honestly, that flowed so well, and I'm just so used to seeing them. I didn't
Yeah.
think about
Yeah.
it, but yeah.
The more shows we have, the longer the song gets, the more we get to hear
Exactly.
about it. It's pretty cool.
Mhm.
Fuck yeah. Well, welcome back, Whiskey Cinema.
Welcome
Every
back.
Sundays,
Sundays.
every Sunday night.
Welcome back.
Yep. Dano and the boys are back in
Yo, Dano.
talking about movies and shit.
Yeah, man, it's good stuff.
But yeah.
Cool, man. Hope you all enjoyed the show. Again, Marital Nonsense is every Fridays at 7 p.m. However, tomorrow night we will not be going live, but I will plug Paranormal Activities. Brand new episode out yesterday. Check it all out. All about the black-eyed kids, black-eyed children phenomena. They're scary. They're creepy. Listen to it right now.
I just did today. It was
Oh, yeah?
interesting. Yep.
Don't let them in.
You know what I meant?
If you see Bray Wyatt, you can let him in, but don't let in the black-eyed
Gotcha.
children.
I'm only letting Alexa in.
Oh, jeez. I knew that was coming.
Yeah, good show. We
Yeah.
will have an article out with all of our picks for you guys to look at for our booking of WrestleMania. Like I said, next week, Alex Bennison will be on from Armchair Wrestling and Stand Your Ground. Him and Yvonne, 1-on-1 for the Wednesday Night Championship. Me and Chuck, 1-on-1 for the RSH Championship. I'm defending it for the first time in like 6 years.
The what?
And
First
so,
time?
and you know what we haven't
First time?
seen?
First time.
First time. And we haven't seen yet on whatthebuzz.com is a classic, exclusive Chuck Winchester promo.
It's been a while.
So
I can't wait to see this. I'm
it's
been a while.
It's been a minute.
coming for Benison, but I can't wait to see you guys.
So you're gonna get a promo.
Try to.
Oh yeah. So you're going to see some exclusive RSH promos coming up right at whatthebuzz.com near you. Cool. Is that all we got?
That's
All
it.
right, guys. Hope you all enjoyed the show. Again, go to I forget the fucking what I'm saying all of a sudden.
Whatthebuzz.com.
Go to manscaped.com
Oh.
right now. Use promo code RSH 2020, 20% off, free shipping. Do it right now. Also, be sure to check out all the awesome shows over at whatthebuzz.com. Be sure to follow us on social media at Twitter at RSH Wrestling, at Facebook, even though I'm banned for another 5 days, and at all of your favorite platforms you listen to us on the audio version. So when that's all said and done, at the end of the day, you will all continue to fear regularly scheduled hostilities.